Afternoon, everyone. Welcome on in. Anybody that's new and hopping on, my name's Michelle. I'm Snow Fox Designs. If you see the little red square up there with the word live in, you're catching me live. If it's not there, you're catching me on the replay. Please say hashtag replay. Then I can say hello to you. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I think it's like 66 here today. So it's not super hot, but it's not super cold either. It's kind of in between. Hey Tina, thanks for sprinkling. All right, come on. Get myself all logged in here. Where do I want to put these? I don't want to put them on me. Uh-oh. I had the volume on. I could hear an echo. That would not be good. So can you hear me okay, Tina? And do you hear the static or whatever? So I have these miniature pumpkin set, and we're gonna decorate it up. Now I did do the Dixie Belle Bonding Boss in white, and I did pre-do it, and I did, hi Shyla, and I did paint them because I wanted to see. I was first going to just do this one and do the other two here on the live, but then when I started doing this one, I thought, you know what, it's going to need two coats for my preference. So I just went ahead and did the two coats of all three pumpkins with the Bonding Boss to get that done and over with, so y'all didn't have to sit there and watch that go on. And I don't know if y'all can see, I have my Surebonder glue pot here. I thought, you know what? I have it. It's sitting here. Why ain't I using it? Thanks for throwing the snowman. How are you today? If I'm missing anyone, hello and welcome on in. So my bottom pumpkin, we're going to do some different colors. My bottom pumpkin, I'm going to use the Silk All-in-One Mineral Paint Quiet Cove. I was going to say Quiet Clove, and that does not work. So we're going to use that. And you know me, I like my little sponges, so we're going to sponge it. I just like the way it covers better, and it gives it kind of that texture instead of like brush strokes or whatever. It gives you the little extra texture to it. Like that. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I like that. And if it goes on a little heavy in one spot, just keep going over it with your pouncer and it takes it down. So I did talk to Ken last night, and he said no live tomorrow because I don't know what he has planned, but we're supposed to be doing something tomorrow for my birthday. So I won't be on tomorrow, at least not doing a project. I may pop in and say hi or let you see what I may or may not be doing. I say may not because I don't know what we're doing. Untie your what? Oh, my. Were you saying untie my tongue? I know. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. I get all tongue-tied for some reason. I guess I get too excited to see you. Well, I don't see y'all, but to be here with y'all. Hi, Vicky. How are you? How many days you have left, girlfriend? Before you get to go live. I'm going to dry some of this. Thank you. Yeah, I won't be on tomorrow. Big 6'3". Woohoo! Yeah, I was telling Tina earlier today. I said I felt so bad for my neighbor. They're usually pretty quiet, and I say they because her boyfriend was living with her. I mean, there was one time I think I told everybody, she got mad at him and threw all his stuff out in the backyard and it caught on fire. And neighbors, the street behind us, came over and they said, "Your house is on fire to us." And we were like, "Oh, crap." So what had happened is she put his stuff on fire in the backyard, and the smoke was coming up and rolling up alongside the top of our roof. So it appeared like the smoke was coming out of our house, but it wasn't. But I felt really bad for her today because she stopped by and she wanted to let me know that she's probably not going to be there too much for the next couple days. And she said, "I don't know if you knew or not, but Monday my boyfriend was in a car accident and he died on the scene." I felt so bad for her. Some 25-year-old drunk driver came flying out, I guess, in the road and hit his car. You have to go and count. Hi, Judy. How are you? We were talking about what the weather was like and how everybody's doing. And I won't be on tomorrow. Thanks for sprinkling. Maybe pop in and say hi to y'all, but I won't be on tomorrow. I know. When she came over, she was in tears and that, and she said, "I just can't right now." So I guess she was going to go spend time with her mom and that. And I asked her because, I don't want to intrude in anybody's space or anything, but I asked her, and some people like me, if I'm sad, I don't want you to hug me because I just start, it just like triggers more tears. So I try to maintain and hold it in, and then if you hug me, it's like it releases all that, and I'm like, oh man. So I asked her if I could give her a hug. Hey Cindy, how are you? Did you go to Hobbs today? 19 more days? Boy, you're going to be hitting the floor running then, aren't you, Vicky? You have your craft planned out? Hi Ruben, how are you? Yeah, we couldn't find. I know DT was supposed to have these little small pumpkins here. I could never find them. And when we were getting ready to go to the craft event, Vicky said, "Oh, I got some." So she got some for me. Hi, Ruben. If I didn't say hello. So that's what we're doing here today. They were that color. We painted it first. Those that are just hopping on, I did the Bonding Boss. I did a couple coats on here to hopefully make sure that the paint adheres really well. And I see a little bit of spots that I didn't totally cover, so we'll hit those back up. You can still take your little sponge and sponge the spots that you may have missed. I love the sponges, y'all. Did I tell you that? I'm sure I did. Just a couple little spots. I guess I wasn't pouncing hard enough. Okay, this one should be done as soon as I dry it. I wanted to do them in some different colors, so this one is the Quiet Cove, the Dixie Belle Silk Paint for those that are hopping on. Shyla, I think I said hello to you. I'm getting into all this talking and forgetting who I'm saying hello to. If I didn't, hello. So I have my glue pot in front of me, y'all, because we're going to be doing some decorating on here. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Okay, so we are done with the Quiet Cove. I love Dixie Belle. I love the silk paint. And that's the Quiet Cove right there. Move that off on the side. Now we're going to go a little wild here. Oh boy. Hi, Ken. The next paint I'm using is Heirlooms Traditions all-in-one paint called Thistle. And it looks like that. And I'm going to get it off our lid first. And try to pay attention a little more instead of talking. And getting into every little aspect that I need to get. See the color? Yeah, but I asked Ken if he wanted to do a project tomorrow, and he said no. He said not tomorrow, maybe Saturday. So we'll see if I can talk him into doing one on Saturday. I need to go up to Hobbies just to see if they brought out anything new. I haven't been up there in several weeks. And I think it was Andrea had posted a little video of some of the stuff up there. And it looked like, if I remember correctly, it looked like it all was like 50% off too. So it was like, okay. So I know Ken asked me what I wanted to do. He'll shoot me if I say, I want to go to Hobbs. Hi, Steph. How are you? He'll be saying, really? You want to go to Hobbies for your birthday? Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't, right? I mean, as hard as I was trying to get, I still see a couple little spots I'm going to have to touch up on what I already painted. So as you can tell, I'm trying not to get too super, super close, but I'm kind of close because this is plastic and I don't want it to melt. Wouldn't that be a nice project? You're doing it and all of a sudden everything just melts in front of you? No. But I saw somewhere else. So this to me looks kind of like a purplish gray. I don't know if that's what it looks like to y'all, but that's what it looks like to me. Like it's like a purplish gray. You would go to Hobbies for your birthday? And we'll see. I'm gonna give it a try, but I can't guarantee that one will happen because I don't know if he has anything technically planned or not. I know he asked if where I wanted to go to eat, but I can't think of any place I want to go to eat for some reason. No, sir. It's the ones that you could get at Dollar Tree, and our Dollar Tree, if they had the really itty bitty little ones, they never had them when I was going. So Vicky picked me up a couple of them, but they are not ceramic. They are the plastic ones. Instead of those really big ones, which I do have some of the real big ones. But I thought, I haven't did the little ones, so I wanted to do the little ones. I know. I saw that you were going. Did you get something good, Cindy? Did you buy them out? I think it would be fun to live close to you, Cindy, except for when it came to hobbies. Because I think you would probably get there before me and buy everything out. I'd be going, dang it. Trying not to turn it too much around because I see a spot that I need to cover up. Actually, two of them. And maybe three. I know you all can't see it, but if I can see a little bit of like white showing through, I gotta cover it. Oh, missed a spot. So y'all like this color? It's called Thistle from Heirloom Traditions. I think I got it all. Not yet. I was thinking about that the other day and I thought, oh, Ruben, I need to go ahead and use it. I have tumblers here and I have the sublimation print, so you shop. Uh-oh, that means you got a lot of good stuff you can share with us tonight, right? Now, I do want to get more into doing some of the tumblers in that because I did some on, I had that HTV Runt little tumbler press and it didn't work as well as I would like it to. So that's why I ended up getting a different one. And you never seen me doing any tumblers. But I would like to get into it more, and I want to learn how to make my own designs. Because, like, I think I've told y'all before with our dogs, we have like nationals and that, which means it's a show with nothing but border terriers. And if you're putting on the nationals, they do like trophies and stuff like that. And I thought, well, heck, I could create logos or, little designs and that for it. Has anyone painted the stacked skull tree from Dollar Tree yet? No. I have this. Are you talking just like the pumpkins, only it's the skulls? I have one, if that's what you're talking about. I have not done that yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that they had some. Haven't known anybody that really used it. Have you used a lot of their like tumblers in that? Hobbs, Reuben? Because I'm assuming they're just as good as some of the other ones. I'm assuming, but we all know what assuming can get you. But I also saw they had like some of the sublimation tiles there, but I haven't known anybody to really use those. This one we're just going to paint cotton, so it is going to be white. So these are our colors. I don't know if y'all can see them. So it will be white up at the top. Only because I do like a good white pumpkin. We have several farms around by our area. Well, not too far because we're more close to the city, but you do? You're going to be busy, Vicky. But there's several, and they all do stuff for like Halloween and fall and all that. And one up in Indiana even has like a winery in that. And we used to go up there every year, taking the kids and the grandkids up there so they could go pick out their pumpkins and everything. I have used the towels and they are cheap and work awesome. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about the Vicky, have you used any of the tumblers from Hobbs? I don't know anybody who has. May just try them just for the heck of it and see how they work if nobody has. Hey Sherry, how are you? Loved your swag wreath. That was beautiful. This one ain't going to take as long because I am covering it, but it ain't going to matter if the white shows through because it's all white. Right? Right. The good thing though, like I said about the using the sponges, is I love the texture that it shows on there, and I think you can really see it on the white. No, I have always gotten mine from Michelle. Now, I might just try some just for the heck of it. So, are you all hearing like the staticky sound you all were hearing yesterday? I mean, right now you could hear some of the little like the air going up into the pumpkin. It's making like a little whistling sound. Now for the fun part. Let's not get burnt though, right? So we're going to take this one, and that's going to snap on here. But I think I want to take just a little bit of glue and make sure it stays. So I am going to take some of the Stick Fast. And go just a little bit around. Just to make sure it's secure. Well, I say that, but this little booger don't even want to go up. There it goes. I said it didn't even want to go on there. So, what is everybody having for their dinner tonight? I think I'm going to have, because I haven't had one in forever, a BLT sandwich. I do like a good BLT. Well, sounded like it went on, but it didn't. There. That's cute. I like the little ones. They're cute. So, I don't know if y'all can see, I have my little Surebonder glue pot there. I kept thinking, like I was telling everybody earlier, I kept thinking, I have these here. Why am I not using it? Maybe, oh, Sherry, we were talking about that, and I forgot to get beans. We were talking about that like 2 weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to pick up beans. I love good beans and rice. Rice isn't good for you if you're a diabetic, but I have no problems going out there and doing some exercise to eat something good every once in a while. I'm going to have my little eggplant and my asparagus left over from lunch. Love asparagus. We're going to go see our niece's concert. Don't know what we will eat later. Oh, we'll have fun. We go and watch my granddaughter a lot of times when she's doing cheer competitions, because she's been into cheer for quite a few years now. Man, that sounds good. I've been wanting some. I also have some of these we could add in here too. I don't know how well they'll go, but let's just play around and see. I think they'll look fine. Add a little something something in there. Right, right. So yeah, he asked where I wanted to go tomorrow, and I'm like, I don't know. To eat. I just can't think of anything. Try not to have too many of the spider webs here. On a different, thought I had another different, oh yeah, duh, right here. See what happens when you get older? You can't remember where you put stuff. I tell you, this glue pot is a lifesaver, though. Keeps me from burning myself. Woohoo! Thank you, Reuben. I appreciate that, sir. We also can add some berries in, but I think we'll add those in after the fact. I want a different. That one's too much like it. Let's see what this looks like if we add that in there. Might have needed a little longer stem, but yeah, the other thing I wouldn't mind, but we don't really have anywhere here that I'm aware of that has any that is really good. I would not mind having some really good tamales. I haven't had some in a long time. Kenny's sister-in-law is Mexican, and when we were out in California, she said I can make them, but she knew where to go and get them and brought some home. Oh, they were good. Thanks, Shyla. Yeah, I do like P.F. Chang's lettuce wraps. Red Lobster and Olive Garden I have not been to in so long. I don't know if I would even know what to get there anymore. You know the one other reason why I'm using my glue pot? Thanks, Stephanie, because it's been sitting off to the side, and when I'm using my glue gun, I let it kind of drip over into it, and it was piling up, and I said, I think I need to use that. She had pork tamales and she had chicken tamales. They both were, I think I preferred the chicken a little more, but I don't want to get anything like steak or pork chops because I can get that whenever. You know, seeing with this, like the lavender colored leaf, I think that pulls that out a little bit too. Okay, asking because did you know pork are made from, yeah, whatever. I grew up on a farm. If I can tolerate having horse manure and cow manure and all that thrown in my face, I can handle having it from a pig's head. But I didn't know that. Yeah, my brother thought he was going to be cute and funny one day, and we were in there cleaning out the cow stalls, and he took the pitchfork and he just let her rip and threw it all in my face. My eyes got into my eyes and everything. And he took me to our front porch, knocked on the door, and left me standing there because I couldn't see. I couldn't see shit, literally. But no, I did not know that. But you know, sometimes what you don't know don't hurt you, right? I do miss the country. We kind of lived somewhat out in the boonies growing up. If I had my way, I wouldn't mind living out in the country, but I don't want to be out in the boondocks. I don't want to have to drive like several, like an hour or two to get someplace. Hmm. We could do we want to keep mixing them going up around here, or do we want to do, since it's up here, just all one color, or just two colors, or keep mixing it? And I do have a couple little flowers and that we're going to put in here to kind of fluff it up. Yeah, my mom wasn't too happy with him. Just leave her there. And one of the reason was because if you went to it didn't have any railings on it, and if you went to, like, here was the door, to the right side it was all level, but then it went kind of down on a hill, and then there was like an open patio door, so the cement kind of just dropped off. Yeah. If I wouldn't have stayed standing where I was because I couldn't see anything, and would have went and moved to my left, I would have went right off of that. Hi, Andrea. How are you? Mix. Okay. That's what I started to do. Keep mixing it. So, Andrea, it looks like you went to Hobbs too today. Did you get something good? We're using my glue pot today. You missed my story about what happened when I was a youngin'. That's what they're laughing at, because I grew up on a small farm, and I was telling them that my brother, one time we were in cleaning out the stalls, and he thought it would be funny to throw the cow horse mixture in my face. 30 minutes ain't too bad. Ooh, Goodwill to me anymore is a hit and miss, because, like everybody's talked about, their prices have gone crazy. But I love it when you go in there, and I will be almost willing to pay some of their crazy prices, but it's not been too extremely crazy when you find the real, like, old antique pots and pans and stuff like that. I mean, and it's old stuff, because I got a few things from there before, and I was like, ooh, do people even know what they have here? Yeah, let's see. What do we want to put over here? I want one with a little more. Nope, that's too close. Let's do another purple, because I've gotten some really cool things there. Not a lot. Yeah, I don't understand why they all of a sudden decided that they have to, like, hike up all the prices and stuff on it. It's not like they're the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or anything. That one, that one. Let's see. I used to get my Christmas decorations at the Goodwill. Yes. And I found that it's not just around Christmas time when they bring a lot of that stuff out, at least not here. Sometimes you can even get it in the summertime. So I like to periodically go in there just to see. And some of the stuff, because we got several in our vicinity. I mean, probably 6 or 8 of them that I could hit. So I could go around to several of them just to check out and see what they have. But some areas are a little better finds than others. So it's an hour there and back, which I drive about 4 times a week for food. Yeah, I think I could handle the 30 minutes. It's the one that's, more like an hour this way and an hour that way. That I don't want to do as much. Plus, to me, being kind of out in the country, you don't have a lot of this drama that you get with whether it's neighbors or just being in certain neighborhoods or close to certain neighborhoods, if you know what I mean. All right, now I think we're just going to do a couple up here. I want to try to find this. That one's too big. Thought I had, I think I pulled all. Well, I think we'll just do a couple up there and see how that all flows. Yes, I find more Christmas in the summer, I guess, because most people don't want it then, or they don't want to put it away, pack it up and put it away. I don't know. I used to everything be 5 miles or less for me to get to. I'm spoiled. Ours is less than that for the most part, but I'd still say I'd rather be living out in the country. It's peaceful, it's quiet. You don't usually have a lot of the drama that you get when you're close to the city. You have to go for a little bit of a drive, Andrea. We're gonna try to do that. We're not doing that one. Too big. Too big. That was way too big. I couldn't do it. You're out in the sticks. Yeah, but I'm sure your neighbors aren't on top of you, and I'm sure it's nice and quiet out there. Wow, that's real close, Sherry. There's a couple things that I could walk to here, but I'll be honest, I don't really want to for reasons. I'm not in the worst of the neighborhoods, but I'm not in the best of the neighborhoods, put it that way. It used to be a decent neighborhood, and then the last probably 5 to 10 years, it's kind of went down because it seems like a lot of the people that own their houses have now put them up to rent. And I don't feel that people that are a lot of the people that are renting really want to take care of their property and have respect for the area, and that they just don't care as much as they used to. So when I become rich and famous, this girl's moving out of here. Hi, Levon. Oh, oh, don't be sorry. Nothing to be sorry for. Yes, and I love it. I am 10 minutes from Walmart. Hey, that's good. So now I'm taking these little berries and we're adding these on here. And I like my little pot. I don't know why I didn't use it before. It just sat there and looked pretty. So we're adding some of those in here. I do know, as we spoke before, I do think that Dollar Tree and Walmart have upped their game on both floral and material. Well, not DT on material, but oh, what are you eating, Cindy? Something good, I hope. And tell Scott I said hi. But do you walk to them? Yeah, inquirer minds want to know. Oh, Sherry, you're still on here, correct? Now, a lot of the youngins nowadays want to Uber or not Uber everything. What's the DoorDash? Not me. I've heard about some of the prices for door dashing, and I'm like, nah, take me less than that, cost me less than that just to go and get it. I got my package today. Oh my goodness. That looks even better in person, and he is going to love it. Please don't forget to invoice me. He is going to be in heaven. Chicken and dumplings. Ooh, that's Kenny's favorite. He loves it when I make that. Yeah, that's what I do. I make it homemade. Homemade's the best. Okay, yeah, I opened it up and I was like, and I showed my son, and he's at work, so he hasn't responded yet. And I thought, oh my gosh, he's going to be in heaven. So I really, 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 really appreciate it. He's a little character. I taped sections of your barn quilt together so you can see how the pieces lay. Thank you. I saw that, but I was too excited and impressed with the other one. I didn't, I'll be honest, I saw it was in there, but I didn't look at it. I was like, oh my God. He will. I'm gonna paint it for him, and then I'm gonna seal it. See, you did good though when we were talking and you showed me that barn quilt one. Boom, yeah, I want that. That was pretty. I really like that. She's starting to come together now, y'all. Hey, Ken, you're back. I don't know if I know you're back. Did you get the picture I sent you of the cutout? I don't know if he'll answer or not. Have a wonderful evening, Ruben, and thanks for hopping on. Enjoy the rest of your week and weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to pop on tomorrow and say hey to y'all or not. We'll see. I'm not going to put another one there. I think two is enough, and we'll put one up here. Now, I guess we could put a couple of these down here, but I also have all these, y'all. And some of these I got from Hobbs. I don't know if they have any left because this is more fall, but they're tiny flowers, so they should fit on here just fine. But I think it'll help to fill it in and make it look a little more festive, so to speak. And they almost they almost give the look of like they're dried, but they're not. I'm just trying not to dip my finger in the hot glue because I could do that. It is. It's very pretty. When you showed me that, I was like, oh yeah. They still had a lot of, did they? Yeah, I'm sure it was really probably same with mine, but I think I told y'all even with them, I have like six of them I could go and scavenge around in and maybe find, which makes it nice, but all right, we're going to try one. Yeah, I think that'll work. But that's how I tell anybody, if you do go into hobbies and you find something, you might want to get it right then and there because a lot of times, if you don't, it's gone when you go back. I think that looks okay, don't you? I thought about putting a bow on up there, but it's too little for a bow. And I have to gather these so I don't get them in the glue. How's that looking, y'all? I think those other little flowers work okay. Just hoping I don't run out of them because I don't know where I put any more. These, I think these also came from Hobbies. I do know next year I need to grab me more fall, more fall decor. We need to at least save one and one because I don't see any more. Nope, I guess I didn't have as many as I thought I did. That's okay. We can work with what we got. Let's cut up some more of these. We can put those up on the next one. So what do y'all think so far? You like it? You can be honest. I don't even know what these are called. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't even say on here. Thanks, Lavon. I appreciate it. We're going to try and see if see what you think about some of those. Do you like those in there? I do need to put something right there. I feel like there's a little hole, so I'm going to have to figure out something to put right in there. Thanks, Tina and Lavon. Spider webs, spider webs. So there's the bottom. I'll have to pull off all these spider webs, but I'm going to keep continuing. Got one on my hand. I'm trying so very, very, very carefully not to burn myself. Think one more for around here. I wish I had some more of those white flowers, but I don't have any more, unfortunately. So we'll have to figure out what else we'll put in there. We probably won't put one up on the top because I think it'll be too big for the top. This will definitely be too big for up there. So we'll put two on the bottom. And at one point in time, I thought about putting a bow up here, but it's so little, it ain't going to be able to have a bow. Thanks, Andrea. I'm hoping that they have them again next year, and I hope ours get them because I went to several of them and could not find them. And by the time I even knew they were there, when I went online, you can even get them online. Yeah, if I did the big ones like this, can't use it for a centerpiece. It would have to go by a fireplace or something. Let's add some of this in here. Technically, I probably could add some of this little wiry stuff, but I'm not going to. But, oh, I didn't think about this. Where did I put them? Thought I had some cut out. We have some of these, and we could take some of this and put on there, like maybe the pump, another pump. I don't know. I'm just thinking of all this stuff right now. This may be just enough. Just saying. Don't y'all think? Couldn't decide which end I wanted to dip in glue. I don't think it's going to need much more, do you? You could try a small bow between the top and the middle. I thought about that. I don't know. If I did, I'd put it like right about in here. Do you think we need to add any of these? Could put a pumpkin on a pumpkin. Man, I can't hold on to nothing. Put a pumpkin on a pumpkin? Nah, I don't like that. I'm thinking it might be perfect just the way it is, but like you said, if I put a bow, maybe right in there, we'll put a little piece of, I keep picturing it with arms and a face. Oh no! That's kind of spooky. Put a couple of these up on the top, and then I guess we could try a little bow and see what we think. Y'all, did you see what I almost did? I almost stuck my finger right into the glue. Not paying attention. It's not a good thing. Not when you're playing with hot stuff. Oh, you could put that stuff on the table, then sit the pumpkin on. True, true, true. So what Andrea was saying is I could put this on the table and then take this and put it inside of it like that. That would be cool. Good idea. All right, let's see if we can make a tiny little bow. Yes, I'm using this tag. I like to do it kind of freehand because I think they just turn out better for me sometimes, but today we won't. You like it as is without the bow? Well, help if I do it the right way. Don't want to make a real big one, so I'm going to try to pull it as tiny as I can get it. So I know I'm going to be cutting some of this off. This is going to be the tiniest bow I've ever done. Can tell you that. And this is the jelly rolls from Jubilee Fabrics. I'm getting into the zone, y'all. Sorry. I'm concentrating to make sure I have this small bow. I don't think we need to add too much more. Just make sure I got the colors that I thought I was going to use. And I think I do. All right, let's go for it and see. Everybody's saying as is, but we'll see. We may say, oh yeah, a little bow would be cute, but we'll see. Now, obviously, I'm going to have super long strings here, so it would have to be cut down. But I'm kind of thinking like y'all, just leave it the way it is, but we'll see. I think we were thinking, now it would have to definitely be cut down. Leave it right, the crafty zone. Bow, no bow. Of course, it has to be cut down, obviously, big time. And we will keep. Need my other scissors for this. Well, help if I'd grabbed the right pair. Of course, I don't know where I stuck them. Right in front of me? Nope. Let's try these. Trying not to cut myself. I told y'all I did that the one day, didn't I? Right after I got off live, I was doing some little addition, and the next thing I know, I sliced my finger. I don't know if it'll sit. It won't sit there, but yay or nay? You like it both ways? I haven't really looked at it, so I don't know. And we could put a little something in the middle of it. Let's take a vote. Bow or no bow? I can't decide either. Yeah. I had it sitting there for a second. You like the bow? Hey, it's sitting there. Whoop, whoop. And then we could take, let me see what I have over here. I have some berries. I have a little pine cone we could stick in there. Let me get this ragged stuff off of here. Okay, I'm going to be cray here. I'm going to try to dip this without getting all of it in there. And I have these where I could take like the little acorn or a little berry put in there, or I even have a real tiny pumpkin I could put in there in the center. Use my other scissors. And we could put a couple of those little berries. I don't know if y'all can see that. Put the little pumpkin in there. These I think might be too big. But we could take a couple of these little sprigs here. I want the ones that are closer to the end. And put the pumpkin with a couple of these. Where'd my other little berries just disappear to? Oh no. There they are. This needs to be trimmed down a little bit more. Anybody else have a glue pot? I know Tina does, but she said she hasn't used hers yet. Hers was sitting there like mine, just waiting to be used. And then we could put the pumpkin right in the middle. Yay. Or we could put a flower in the middle. Little pumpkin, or we could do a little flower minus the strings. We could do flower, pumpkin. It's collecting. Mine was too, Levon, until now. Maybe just put the flower in the middle. What do you think? I'm trying to see if I have one that's a little more, has a little more pop to it besides this, but I don't see one. That's why at first I thought maybe the acorn, but I think that acorn's just way too big. Do have an idea though. You're making me want one. It's nice. It's just that one time when I thought I had to, I was talking to y'all and I thought, oh, went to go put my finger there. No. I think we're going to stick the flower there. It is nice. What do you think? Minus these spider webs. I'll have to finish pulling some of these off of here because there's quite a few on the one side. Right here. But I think that's it. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's all, folks. Get the rest of these spider webs off of here. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. I may pop on just to say hey tomorrow, but I won't be doing a live. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what we're going to be doing, but we're going to be doing something. And hopefully I'll get to at least run over to Hobbs and see what's going on there. I think I need to trim that one piece up of the bow. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are the highlight of my day. I enjoy coming on here and talking to y'all. Thanks, Cindy and Levon and Tina and everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks, Andrea. Y'all have a good rest of your Friday and weekend. If I don't see you, I will see you probably Tuesday because I'm not sure I'll be on Monday. But anyway, have a good one. Here's some hearts for you. Love y'all. Have a good rest of the day, y'all. Bye. Enjoy your evening.